Yes. My explanations are based on experiences. I've been using the engine, UPBGE game engine, and there are the basic fundamental things, the things that you need to know before using the game engine. So that's why when people posted tutorials, is give the rough ideas or give you know the edge, the knowledge edge. Before you use this, there are things that you need to know. Okay, before you buy this, there are things you need to know. Okay, so it's something like that. Okay, so it's kind of like the essential, the most essential part. If you're using Python, okay, if you're using Python and you use Python for coding, for movements, is the most essential part, the things that you need to know. Okay, so when you see most of the tutorial that I've seen, before I'm using the game engine, all the most common, is like in movement, right? You can say like this object, right? And then it's gonna be like dot apply movement, and then it's gonna set this value like that. Okay. Okay, and 0, 0, 0. Okay. So when you say 0, 0, 0 like this, this is representing the x value, this is representing the y value, and this is representing the z value, x, y, z. So in 3D space, the x is in the x direction. Okay. If it's in z, if you want an object to move up, it's always here. So left and right, probably these two. The last one is on the upside. Okay. So this has another connection with another one. Is called apply rotation. Okay. So what's the differences, right? This is movement and this is rotation, but what is impact, right? This movement and rotation does not imply gravity and force. If you like to want to simulate like a robotic movement, robotic movement, a motor movement, you know, you can use this one. You can use a rotation, can use movements, but when it's reach its impact on something, the object won't have much of collision collision effects, you know and I think it's more suitable for like an engine. If I think I never make a car uh, game before, but since that it's like a mechanical thing, I think it's best to simulate some sort of like a tire using apply rotation, right? But if you have a friction underneath it, it's gonna simulate that. It's like it's moving, but it's like it's does not take care of the force and gravity much. It's like a mechanical thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then the other one is we have apply force, right? So we have apply movement, apply rotation, right? The other one is apply force, apply force, FORCE, and it's coupled. It's coupled. I'm telling you. Okay, I make two like this because I wanted to show you that it's coupled. This thing is coupled. Apply force, and the other one's apply torque. TORQUE torque. Yeah. This one, okay, is more on if you make a apply force, if there's an object in front, it's the most effective on gravity. But since that you say it's torquing, means that it has a very slow movement at first, and then it's gonna, pick up the movement, It's gonna be faster and faster. If there's no friction, it's gonna be faster and faster. It's depending on friction. When you use apply force, okay, or apply torque, okay. Firstly, it has a very low value at first. It's picking up speed, and it's going to go faster and faster. Okay, it has effects on the gravity, and it has effects on friction. Gravity and friction is going to effect on this much likely. Yeah. So if you want to simulate some sort of like a moving body, you know, that has kind of like almost like a moving parts of a human body, but in the same time, it's sometimes you can use it, sometimes it's over, sometimes you don't want to you want to have a constant speed, you don't use this. But if you want to have like picking up speed, yeah, it's better, this one. Okay. And then the other one is object dot set linear linear velocity. Yeah, velocity. Sorry. This one, it has its couple linear, and the other one is angular. Yeah. This part right here, it's depending on distance. Because if I set a value of 1 means that if the distance is 1, it's going to go 1 in one frame. Okay. If it's the distance is 0.1 and the distance is 1, right, it's going to reach 10 times before it's going to reach the point. So if this one, if there's it's good for simulating some sort of if you use some sort of a Z lock, you lock on the Z and use this one, it's going to have effect. This one has no effect on Z lock. If you press the Z button, the Z lock, right, there's an option in the object, and you can lock the Z. It means that it's not going to fall down. This is not going to affect. The object won't go up or down if you set a value here. Forward, move left, right, it could have impact, but up and down it won't. But this one has impact on 3 of this value. Okay, when you use object.set linear velocity or angular velocity, if you set the Z value, right, the Z is locked, right, then it has effect. That's the best part about using the linear and angular, right? But it's lesser than this one. If this one has a very low value at first and it's gonna go fast, this one is a bit more constant. A bit more constant. This is the most constant. Most constant. The most less constant, and this is like in the middle. Sometimes it's constant, sometimes it's not constant, depending on situation. But upon reaching impact, right, it has the middle. So you can say that this one that's the most middle. It does not. It has impact. But it's good. This one is like really, really, really showing the impact of something when it's moving in the force. If it's hit something, it's really showing it. But this one, it's like when it's moving it, it's like it's even though it's have impact, but it's try to maintain its velocity. Yeah. Means that this one has much more losing power. When it goes on something, and when it's hit, it has more losing of the speed, more losing speed. But this one, even though it's hit, it has a small part, it's losing its speed, it's gonna wobble, but it's still moving, you know, very quite constant. Whereas this one, it's just like a motor, it's like moving, it's moving, it's moving, you know. If you want to simulate like a motor thing, this is more suitable. Yeah. So the other one is apply impulse. I've already explained that on my other video, and this is the most basic thing you need to know. But there's another one more, like I say, object dot position or local position. Okay, sometimes you use position, sometimes you can put local position, dot maybe a z, and then you use a plus equal 0.1. So it's gonna move like 0.1 on z-axis. Okay, this one is good for if you say like you want to make a point in space. Okay, this object has no impact at all. Okay, have no collision, anything at all. You just want to make a one point in space. That point is moving 0.1 in a some way, some sequences. Okay, and it's moving in that direction, and it has no anything connection with the force or gravity or anything. You just want to make a point in space. This is good for that. Yeah. All right.